We're like spiritually starting, but we're not officially starting. I'm just making tea.
Really good hospitality. And
this is here. Honestly, like, I'm already feeling it. Because I'm like, this is too...
Take a chill.
That reaction was so pure too.
We're also thinkers.
I love this.
Engine number one.
Honestly, I really just want to say shout out to my mom, you know. That's my bad. Thank you.
It's hot.
Oh
but
my
you can
God.
try to drink it.
Not always calling me out.
I have honey. Do you want honey?
Oh, I love honey.
T minus 20.
What?
20 seconds.
He's thinking so...
That was such a genuine... What?
That was such a genuine... What? T minus 5. 4. 3. 2. Hey guys, today we are here with our first think of the day of the podcast. Actually, let's just start.
Of the night.
Let's just start again.
What's up?
Hey guys, this is Elvis.
This is Yeva.
And this is the first episode of the podcast. In conclusion, and to start off, we have our first thinker. I'll let him introduce himself.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Yeva. Thank you, Elvis. My name is Bruno. That's introduced, actually. Shit, I didn't...
Look at the camera.
But yeah, my name is Bruno, guys. I'm very delighted to be here in the podcast today, you know. I was invited, told about In Conclusion, and not gonna lie, I won't say too much, but I knew from the moment I heard it that this is something I wanted to be a part of, so thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. This is so awesome. This is so awesome. Okay, so we have like the first question that we're going to cover. We're going to talk about music.
I love music.
And we have a beautiful song provided by Elvis.
I'm not sure if you can hear it. If you can't, you're missing out. Genuinely.
It's your fault.
Yeah, it's your
Fix
fault.
yourself.
We'll try and add the volume, but yeah.
If you play FIFA 16, you know.
FIFA 16. At last, Etta James. Perfect song for a Sunday night to cap the week and to start the next week. So
I have no idea what they're talking about. Okay, so going back to our first question. What was your song of this week?
Songs.
Songs of this week.
And we can play them, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay,
we'll play them.
No, and I got a variety of them, hey. I think the first one that comes to mind this week is actually a Portuguese one. It's called Me Cansei.
That's such a different part that I thought you'd take. Play it, please.
Okay, let's play it.
Okay, yeah, no, but to give you guys some background, the genre of it is called Kizomba. And Kizomba is pretty much like this very like lusophone, you know, type of genre. Like it's very like slow, very like ballroom dance type of, you know, vibe, you know, very like love songy, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
And it's very typical of like Portuguese speaking countries.
Okay.
And so this one is by an Angolan artist called Suarito.
Songs in Portuguese, I just always find myself having either songs in Portuguese or French. Like even not even Spanish, you know, like even though I'm learning it, but like Portuguese and French always like hit differently.
I agree, especially French too.
I'd say French because I haven't really much done like a deep dive into other languages because I'm mostly just English. Maybe some Afrobeats. What do they speak?
No, I've been listening to
what do they speak?
Which is that the name of the song?
Like Afrobeats.
The language?
Like,
Swahili?
No, Afrobeats. Like Akina Wizkid. Sorry, I just spoke Swahili there.
Don't apologize.
Wizkid
it's okay.
and
Burna Boy. Yoruba.
Yoruba.
We need to play some of it, so I would be...
Oh, should I increase the volume or is this good?
Yeah.
It's good.
I really hope they can hear.
If not, we will put the songs, all the songs, the list, the playlist.
Actually,
We'll create a playlist.
Or playlist for each episode. Fucking love that idea.
That's a good one.
Yeah, love that idea.
But yeah, this is kind of the vibe, you know what I mean? So I've been really listening to a lot this week. Yeah, you know.
Is this like a new song that you discovered? Or?
No, it's just like, you know, when you re-go through your library and you're like, this is what I'm feeling this week. Especially with like Portuguese songs, I feel that I have go through phases because like I guess not living at home, I'm less exposed to it. So like I just put out my playlist and then I'm really feeling like, oh yeah, this is reminding me of like home low key. Yeah.
And such a different sense because with Ukrainian music, I don't listen to it every single day, but when I do, I cannot stop. And then I go down the rabbit hole of songs that I always listen to. But at the same time, what I often feel about it is that I cannot really share them because some of them are not just naturally good. You have to really understand the lyrics in order to vibe to it.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to rap or something that is very like, I don't know, direct and very delicious for me as someone who understands it. But it's like
delicious.
I've never heard a song being described as delicious.
No, but you know what I mean? I don't know how to call it. We have this word in Ukrainian, kolorit, and it basically means like delicious, cultural, like it's full of volume. It's voluminous. It's like it's wide. It's like it has dimensions to it. It has meaning. There's no word like that in English, so I just use delicious. Because you know, some people can be delicious like in terms of their personality. Like you talk to them and they're like, yo, like
I wanna get more of you.
Your flavor, you're flavorful, you're colorful. I like it, you know.
Oh yeah, and that too.
It's a nice way to describe that.
Describing someone as delicious.
Yeah, no, I've never. Like this is the first time.
Oh yeah,
like,
same.
You know,
this is.
Like, this is the first time we're hearing that. Don't get me wrong.
Second song, if you don't mind.
Second song, if I don't mind. Let me see. Let's think.
Or if you mind the song.
Actually, if you mind, maybe you can just be like, actually, I don't want to play a second song.
Yeah, no. Now, when you're speaking about Wizkid.
Oh yeah, we need to bless her.
We need to bless her.
Yeah, with some Afrobeat. With some Afrobeat music.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard the song.
No, I haven't heard.
It's called
Maybe
True
I
Love.
have, but I'm not sure. True Love.
And just so like, cause like this album to me is like one of like the best albums like I've ever heard in my life. Especially just like from a like Afro soul.
Yeah,
it's like
it's his best album in my opinion.
Yeah, I would
like
agree.
of all times.
Oh, like of his.
His,
like
yeah.
His,
Okay.
His best of all time. I really hope he can do it again.
Yeah.
But chances are, like, you know, when artists have like a really good album, I'm not sure if they can.
Like this feels like magnum opus.
I feel like this is his version. I mean, okay, like you know, African Giant by
Burna Boy.
Like
yes.
I feel like that's his peak.
No, I hear it.
In my opinion. So for like, okay, now who can I give an example that you would?
Wait, no, let me. Do you listen to Lorde?
Yeah, like I don't, but like I know her music.
Okay, no. What's an artist that you listen to?
Yeah. That you think that we listen to, or that I listen to?
I don't think that you listen to. Okay. I don't think that you listen to, but you for sure know like Lana Del Rey, the way she has like her own style of music.
For Lana Del Rey, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No,
you're not. Can we, by the way, switch positions? I realize that this is not my working side, and I'm gonna.
This is not your working side. Any side is fine by me. It's cool.
All of them are equal.
All of them are equal.
Equally good or equally balanced. Decide.
There's only one option. Just equally good. But
I'm just majestic from all angles.
Because she said Lana
Del Rey. Yeah, where's my phone? Because there's an album that I really think is her peak.
I
really think it's her peak.
Yeah.
I think Ultraviolence is the biggest. Because I just genuinely think her music is just so specific. It's in similar way that people are obsessed with Taylor Swift, but I don't get that. I don't really think with
Actually, we'll get to that.
Oh my goodness.
I really want to speak about
we have. I also felt
okay.
Like on a platform like
Can
this.
I finish the sentence though? Thank you. So I really don't like. Cause I'm sorry to cut you off. No. Don't cut me.
Maybe
just don't.
I just apologize.
So with Taylor Swift, I really don't understand people being obsessed with her music because I don't personally like it. But with Lana Del Rey, I wouldn't say that I'm a fan, but at the same time, in terms of the music and how special her style is, I don't think that many artists have such a sophisticated, complex, built image of themselves and their art. Because the way she started playing music and the way she did not reach success, but then she started just recording videos and video clips for her own songs at home, and that's how people started loving her, because she was really raw and she was really direct, and she has been through boarding school, and she just was able to transform this experience of girlhood and young womanhood and relationships through the music, at the same time while preserving this, I don't know, desire to explore what was coming in her life, and at the same time keeping this taste to herself. That's how I see her music, and that's why I like it.
Nice.
I'm a big fan of her music. I'm gonna like say and act like it's for the same reasons, but how I like my music, like, is obviously if I enjoy it, but second is art. I think how I define art is evidence of hard work. That's how I define art. So
wow, and that's a good definition.
And like, I'll go deeper into it. So I see art in everything. For example, like if you see Ronaldo or Messi play, like sometimes that's just art.
Yes, I would agree.
Like you see Serena Williams play, like back in the day, like that's just art in tennis. And like in music, I know people like to be like, oh, something like Ice Spice or Taylor Swift is not art, but they're trying to do something very specific, and they're putting the hard work and effort like into that. You may not enjoy it, but there's evidence that what they're trying to achieve, like they're good at that, and that's art. So like Taylor Swift, I may not be a Swiftie at all, like
I hate the word. I hate the word so much. I really cannot stand it.
I feel like gagging as I said it.
What did you say?
I'm so glad we got on camera.
I feel like gagging. I'm not a Swiftie, but you know, some Taylor Swift songs are low-key good.
She's successful for a reason.
You know, Ice Spice. Here I will defend. She makes good music. Do you know who Ice Spice is?
No, you definitely danced to Ice Spice and some.
Like, I may know it, but I spiritually know it. But with what you said about art, I feel
evidence of hard work.
Evidence of hard work, but also if you become recognizable, if your style becomes recognizable, even though it may not be you, or you may not announce yourself, I feel like that's true form of greatness. But at the same time, what I have a problem with specifically in this context and any type of hard work and human expression is that when it crosses the line and it becomes a form of building an idol or worshipping. Because I feel like the Swiftie thing is worshipping, you applying it to yourself. People who say, let's say, for example, I'm a Swiftie, it becomes your identity, you're calling yourself, you're tying yourself to something. And I just have a problem with that, because you can enjoy and you can take different parts of what you consume, whether it's sports or whether it's music or whether it's whatever. But at the same time, if you are calling yourself someone, I think you should be more serious about it. You know?
I think, I feel like we've yapped for so long. But like,
no.
I wanna ask, do you get the whole celebrity idolization thing? Because it's something that I've just never gotten into. Like, there's no one celebrity artist who have been like, oh, I wanna know more about your life. For me, it's always just their work and that's it.
To a certain extent, I think I do, because even when Yeva was describing like why she enjoys Lana Del Rey, for instance, I could feel that like there was so much more tied to the person and the art. It's not like they were mutually exclusive. They were like very intertwined between one another. And I feel like for me, that's something I get, whether it's like music and certain artists that I can do. And I'm gonna say that for instance, if I think about like representation, for instance, like if I see someone who I'm like, oh, okay, like for example, when I listen to hip hop sometimes, I'm like, or I listen to like, you know, African soul music, like, and they're talking about a struggle, like apartheid, for instance. That feels really close to home. You know what I mean?
Are you talking about that? I'll just play like a song that's based on this.
And that feels really close to home to me. So when I hear that, I'm like, oh wow, there's someone here talking about that and like, you know, putting that out there and expressing like, I guess, their interpretation and emotions about that. And to me, I can connect with that. And I feel like that's what drives me to like want to know more about someone and like follow, because I'm like, oh, I like the values this person has, because especially when it's communicated through their art, you know.
I see. I think I just always I think I've just always been just the art and just the artwork.
Because you know the expression that people often use in so many different contexts, to be honest, like you should not separate artist from the art, or the opposite when people say you should separate artist from the art. I think when I was young, I would be like, yeah, let's separate artist from the art, but at the same time, big realization regarding that is tied to this came with the war and like politics, and it's like you should separate art from the artist, and then using the knowledge that was created in the context of colonization or stealing from another culture, or let's say like diminishing artists from this country and uplift artists from this country in expense of others. And like then this question comes in a different lighting, because you know that you cannot really separate art from the person that created it, because they shared a part of themselves in this art. And if you continue carrying art without knowing the context or the history or where it comes from, you partially lose the meaning of it, because you don't get how it came up. And also just in general, I feel like if you don't know the context of what you consume, it's so easy to fall into the trap of becoming unconscious consumer, and just even in terms of music, lose those key things in that art that influences you, because then it can just slowly start controlling you. You know what I mean? In the way music does, in the way nationalistic songs do, because in history, even through art, there was so much control that was put into it in order to influence people's minds. And because they were not really conscious of where it was coming from, they were just eating it without realizing how it was affecting everything.
Yeah, I do agree with everything that you're saying. I was mostly just talking about the whole idolization of artists. Celebrity, fan craze, like, boo. Like, boo. But like what you're saying is
so many parts to it.
So valid.
Because I feel like I genuinely have people that are even...
Why does Bruno think it's sitting like the thing?
No, this is how you know I'm getting into a convo. Like when I start doing this...
I noticed that you do that. You're like,
I do that. I do that a lot.
And I'm like, he's either not listening at all, or he's so locked in that it's actually insane.
I remember
you're like,
I had a professor who, like, I used to do this when I was really getting into the content, and she thought I wasn't listening to anything she's saying. Like, but no, this means I'm like, oh, okay, we're getting into this. You know what I mean? Like,
because I don't, like I agree with you with what you're saying about idolization, but I'm gonna be lying if I say that I don't care about some people that I follow, or like some people whose work I admire, because let's say, like nepotism and the whole concept of like nepo babies.
Can we talk about that like after this?
Yes, for sure. But some of them, for example, Lily Rose Depp, a daughter of Vanessa Paradis and Johnny Depp, she obviously created her career and image out of privilege and access to the industry, of course. But at the same time, the taste that derives from that, what she projects online, she created the whole aesthetic, the whole core. And that's also like fucked up in its own sense. We're not gonna go down that rabbit hole. But when I was 16, when I was 17, like red nails or like red lipstick or just like this American French style and like, I just woke up and I'm going out on the street like this because I see this as something tasteful. It's like inspiring, low-key, So am I interested in like that fact that she dated Timothée Chalamet? Like, no, I don't give a fuck. But at the same time, when I was 16, I was like, the pictures are cool. You know what I mean? The pictures are cool.
Can I just say, this is like tangent, like completely different. I think Timothée Chalamet is the next big actor of our times. I'm not sure how closely you guys follow film, but Timothée Chalamet, I think, is going to be up there with like DiCaprio or like Denzel Washington or like DiCaprio.
From what I've watched of his work so far, like, because I don't watch all of it, but like I was genuinely leave it very impressed by his performance.
Yeah, because he's not like his peers. Like Tom Holland is out there doing Spider-Man shit.
Yeah.
Not anymore though.
Yeah,
not anymore.
I think Zendaya like pulled him into Zendaya pulled him back,
Into family life.
Like, yo, I'm making art, you have to make art too. You know,
no, but that's not how it works.
I'm sorry, I know that just like contradicts everything I said about art. But like, you know what I'm saying?
In the spirit of like contradicting and having a complete tangent, I just want to say I saw a post or something the other day that was talking about like Tom Holland's and Zendaya's relationship, and they asked like, so if they get married, right? And like, does Tom Holland take her name? Does he just become Tom? Like, I remember seeing that and like dying. I was like, damn, that's crazy, bro. But I know.
But wait, this is my song of the week.
Oh, this low-key mind, she did put me onto this.
Can you tell the story how?
The story.
Do you want me to tell the story?
I will have to check the chats.
Exactly.
I know you just sent like a random TikTok and I was like, I can't.
No, I didn't.
Wait.
Do you want me to tell the story?
Do you want to speak the story? Yep.
Okay.
Yep away.
Okay, so basically, okay, I deleted TikTok from my phone, by the way. But I had it a couple of days ago, and usually what I have on my page is the meaning behind the songs. So it's basically, maybe it's half written by AI, but I don't really care because it's a great way to discover new music. And I see the meaning behind Steve Lacy, That's Not Fun. And it had a quote in the explanation that I really liked. And with Elvis, I have zero shame, so I just like send whatever comes to my mind, you know, like if it's something important. So I send him.
Zero shame. Send me some grandma shit some other day.
Wait, what is it? Wait, I'm not like
you sent me some grandma thing like 2 days ago. I have to show you the TikTok because it was so confusing. Hold on.
Sometimes I just send stuff that I know is going to freak him out. For example, I was at the airport and I spent the whole night awake, and I see something so diabolical. Like, you know when you get like stuff that
like your feed is now getting.
I just saw it and I was like, it would be so funny if I sent it to him. It was like 4 a.m. and I sent it laughing to myself in the airport, and then next morning at 8 a.m. I'm like landing on my flight, so tired, exhausted, and I just see a message from him. Wrong person.
That's just that wrong person.
I feel like every time she sends me something that's like, I don't know, like about like cute cat shit that I just don't give a shit.
No.
Be grateful.
And I'm like, just wrong group chat or like wrong person.
You know,
wrong person.
Like,
can I show you the TikTok?
Yes, please do show.
Wait, I'm scared. I don't remember.
She sends them like with no content, like
no
message, just like
just the video.
Just video.
Come and take a camera flash. Hurry game amazing. Car game crazy. Gucci man
Like every, I think we'll plug it in. Like video.
Please do,
because like you see in the middle of the day, you're like, how do you even respond?
How do you respond to? No, honestly, you're making it hard. You're making it very difficult.
Like, how do you respond? I just don't. Like, no, sometimes I do.
You always do.
Yeah, I actually do. But like,
you believe that you're so funny that you cannot lose opportunity to say something.
Oh yeah, because it's only an opportunity to like roast.
No, I hear that though. Like sometimes people will send me stuff, man, and I'll genuinely be like, hey man, especially if it's a video like that.
Yeah.
Because I love using emojis. Will genuinely be a bunch of emojis like, wait, what the actual fuck? Like, what are you sending? What are you saying? Like,
but okay, back
Plus
to the story.
Plus, it's also a form of rage. Oh, are we still on the story?
Yeah.
I thought we finished.
No, we didn't even start. So, in the way of Steve Lacy, That's Not Fun.
Yes.
The explanation, it was talking about how. Let's play it again. It was talking about how when you're changing and the people in your life can kind of hold you back or get confused because of the change that is happening in you as a person, and you're like, I'm changing, you're changing. Like we're not constant, we're not one unit, and especially if we have like a friendship, you can never expect a person to stay the same because we're all growing. And as I was reading the thing, there was like a quote, growth can create distance. And I experienced it in life when, because of the change that I was going through, it was creating some distance between me and people. And sometimes it was good, sometimes it was like, oh, like you're my friend. Why are we now suddenly far away? And I just sent it to him at 9:12. I was getting ready, and I was like, "Growth can create distance." That's my quote of today. And he's like, "What's the context?"
Like, what's the context? Because like this is such a deep text.
No, for real.
At 9 a.m.
Which is fair. And then I sent him the TikTok with explanation, and that's a really nice song. Played it all day today. And that's been my song of the week.
Yeah, it's been
I need to listen to this because I love that meaning and like the purpose behind.
Have you felt that? Progress through life? I
really feel I do, especially with like all the physical changes in my life in terms of like actually changing locations too and like growing that way. The difficult part about that is that you grow, right? And every time I get into like a new space, like I'm still at my core the same person, right? And like, you know, getting to meet new people and make new connections. But within that change, I'm also growing, but the people at home also have that distance where they don't see that as well, so they don't see me anymore. So imagine that situation when you actually go back to that place where you were. It's kind of like I've gotten comments where it's like, damn, like you've changed, or like, you know, you're different, you know, like we can't and that's kind of hurt in like many of like my personal relationships where it's like, what do you mean by that? Because like me personally, like especially when you like the person you're becoming, I think people, because of that distance, hold on to a certain image of you and a certain like, perception of like, when you were here, this is the Bruno we knew. You know what I mean? That we liked, you know what I mean? And so when there's that change, or it might be like any little changes, it feels different. And it feels like, oh, because you know, maybe that chemistry is not there like it used to be. It looks a little bit different, but I personally think the difference, or like looking different, isn't always necessarily like a bad thing, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like it's just uncomfortable because it's new. You know what I mean? But it's something that like is a definite area for growth, I think.
That's what I find when I go home. It takes me a little bit of time to readjust my brain. Like my brain is switching from English to Ukrainian. Then I'm also in this, and it's different with different friends, but with friends at home that didn't leave to study or live abroad, it takes me like around a week or two to go back to the humor part, because I've been kind of in touch, but at the same time not enough in order to know what's up. And like know the names of new characters, and they don't know what's up in my life apart from what I maybe post or share with them through my phone. And even that, I used to do it. I used to put so much effort into posting on close friends and just storytelling what's happening, because I just thought, okay, I will work on that thing that we were doing, right? Distance, you know, I will still make sure that they keep up with what's happening, but at the same time, if people don't do it together, or it's not natural and you're just like trying to put an effort, it doesn't work out. And when I go home, it usually takes me around a week or two to go back to feeling that sense of comfort that I always used to feel with them. And even though I feel obviously different and changed, and I had a completely different exposure to completely different things that they did, while all that, I genuinely feel so grateful for them witnessing and accepting different versions of me, because the people that I have at home, like some of them I met when I was 6. Like, and we've been through different versions of each other, and I think that's the best type of friendship, when you can work through that growth and you don't have this expectation of, oh, I already shaped the opinion of you, and this is the way you should stay. Because let's say if you decide to change a job, or you decide to change your major and, I don't know, get lost a little bit in life because of how like, young and inexperienced we are, I'm going to accept you because I love you as a friend for your core, not just for those things that help me feel more stable about who you are, you know?
No, I feel that.
Deep shit.
No, for real, I feel that.
Shit.
I feel
Deep
that, man.
shit. I think even just, despite like out of the context of the Nepo babies, the way you said, just acknowledging even your own personal privileges that you don't really think about. Which is something I've been thinking about like a lot. Just being where we are from, the people that we are, the places that we come from, aren't in locations that we are in, aren't doing the things that we're doing, in the places that we are doing them. So I think it's really an important thing for us to also like just like look in like inward, and I'm not saying like think of like the guys back or like thinking, oh, look at them, they're doing this, they're doing that. But in a way, it is. I think anything that we do, we're just gonna kind of be recognized for it just because we're just so unique and not. I'm trying to think of a word. Like, we're not what's historically been there. You know?
We're a new form.
Yeah, like in whatever field of, like you're doing
That's so true.
like a chemistry thing, which I forgot and I should have done my research.
And environmental studies.
Yeah. But like historically speaking, if we go into the history of the field and the industry, there are people who look like you, who are from where you're from, who are doing so. Like anything that you do there is gonna be a spotlight. Gonna be
on you,
like immediately, whether you like it or not. Spotlight is gonna be on you. Same with you with Ukraine. Same with me. It's like it's something to think about.
And I think that's so true in two ways. About like when you're speaking about these fields that we're entering. Another thing to consider is how even the voices and minds that look like us that are there are usually undermined. So you'll never actually hear about the work that like people who look like you have done, or people you didn't even think about contributed to like all this work. And as you were saying about, I think there's a conversation there about the weight that comes with. At least that's something I feel sometimes, especially like because I do feel like I am at many points like very privileged to be in the certain positions that I am. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's very uncomfortable, if I'm being very honest, because it's like I'll be in spaces, especially here, for instance, where I'm living here, where I'm like, oh, I'll literally do a quick scope, and I'm like, damn, I'm the only person of color here. You know what I mean? Like there's not really many people who look like me, and I start to think about that. And for me, I say there's this weight sometimes because I feel like whatever I do, whatever I say, how I act, is under this microscope. And it's almost like I feel like I'm representing like almost like a entire group of people. Do you know what I mean? So like if I fuck up, like damn, that's how they're viewing. Oh, so like this is what Africans do, or this is how Mozambicans. You know what I mean? So it's always like sometimes that thing of like really, I guess struggling to fully feel like 100% comfortable sometimes, but also like. I guess also finding a way to thrive with that as well, and kind of embrace it in a way.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's sometimes in the situations in specific contexts when you do feel like I'm the representation here, and like that pressure, that responsibility, even though it may not be to like the greatest extent, but it's still there somewhere. Do you feel like it takes away from the feeling I'm just Bruno?
It really does sometimes, because when I think of how I feel back home, I don't think about that. Like when I'm back home, it's not something that I really have to consider, because it's like I really feel like I am just Bruno.
Yeah.
Here, for instance, it's almost one of those like I have to test the waters first and see what type of vibe this is. What's the atmosphere here? Okay, after a bit, I'm like, oh, this is the atmosphere. Okay.
Yeah.
I can be Bruno now. But like, if it's not, I kind of have to like kind of just like go like really kind of be cautious about like how much of myself I also give out and show, because I don't know what certain people are thinking or what they're gonna, perceive from that.
I feel like also with being yourself, I think people should remember that they also can try be different stuff. Obviously stay themselves, but at the same time, if you let yourself experiment, like with everything, when it comes to style, when it comes to hair, when it comes to talking, when it comes to...
I'm so sorry, I just want to say one sentence.
No.
I knew I wasn't going to say
I think you're really...
I just want to say one sentence. Okay, fine.
Wait.
Yeah, I'll wait.
I really think that the importance of actually allowing yourself to explore different parts of you and what you can be is so important in terms of growth. Because be myself, yes, but at the same time, again, you're not constant. You're not. It's not your final form.
That's what my sentence is about.
Exactly. So maybe that's why I should wait until someone finishes their sentence. Maybe they're gonna say what you're about to say. It's an art of listening, Elvis. I know, but what you were talking about. Clearly.
No, we love the effort.
Christ.
No, we love the effort. Acknowledgement is the first step.
I take responsibility. I'm learning.
Love that.
So, peace.
No, these are the instances where you shouldn't be yourself. I'm joking.
You're sarcastic. What you were saying about like touching the water, check the temperature before actually realizing how much of myself I'm able to share. I think in so many contexts, in so many different situations, I have different approach to balancing between adapting, because I feel like it's important to adapt. You cannot be just like this all the time. You'll die.
Straight up,
just
you just will die.
Collapse.
But also kind of remaining authentic and like you know, loyal to yourself. I find it very fun, especially in American context. Again, mostly because of the privilege that I have as a person. You know, like even in terms of my country, like people don't have a lot of prejudice. People can have what's patronization? Like people can patronize a lot, and they do have a lot of like bias, but at the same time, because of, you know, like my race and because of the way I speak and because of the style that I own and the confidence that I may have in some settings, people don't rush into putting labels on me because they're like, ooh, what's up, you know? And I usually use it like for my advantage in terms of I jump into the water. I like don't, sometimes I don't filter out what I think or what I actually feel, because first of all, I like seeing people confused. It's like the same when people are like, how are you? And you know how in many cultures and in this one, like people don't expect you to actually start talking about how you're doing.
So weird.
Which is so weird for me as well. But I remember I used to do, when I actually was having a bad day, I would say, I'm actually really bad. How are you?
Yeah.
People, and like it's maybe a little bit mean, but I like doing that because I'm real.
Yeah.
And I'm exploring the response to me as Yeva, you know? Because yes, some people are not gonna get it. Some people are gonna assume a lot and decide who I am in their head, and I can feel it because I know that you're seeing me just as Ukrainian, or I know that you're seeing me just as this girl without recognizing all those different parts of me that I also have, and I'm also ready to share with you. You don't really give a fuck about that, and I can see that. But at the same time, I'm the way I am, and if you're struggling with acknowledging different parts of me, that's on you.
Yeah, that's real.
You know, so like the water metaphor really, it's like
I love we're mixing
just
the water.
the cold dip. Let's do the cold dip sometimes. When obviously like you feel like it, because I think there's so many different situations when again people cannot afford that. I feel like here we have more opportunity to do that because we know that we're protected by the institution.
Exactly.
Said about when you ask, like when someone asks you how you doing, and then you're like, I'm bad. How's your I like that because it's gonna segue to something I like want to talk about. Was side quests. I think that creates such a side quest in conversation.
That's a very good way to put it.
Like
actually.
it's something that I'd never be expected to be hit with. Like if I ask someone how you doing, and they're like, I just had a terrible day. How are you doing? I'll be stunned. I'll be like,
discombobulated.
Okay, wait. Do you want to go back?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like,
about it?
if you guys know, like in games, like when the conversation.
And you can choose different paths.
I'm stuck there, and then there's the normal route of like, my day was also not kind of good. Or like, what happened? And then there's another one that's just blank. Like I don't know what to say because you've caught me so off guard. And like the side quest conversation was really cool, and I've had so many side quest type of conversations with her because she just says things that I wouldn't like expect to hear, and
really?
I don't know how to act, and which is really cool.
Oh, that's why.
I'm not you clocking it.
Like my brain freezes. I'm like, wow. Wait, what do I say here?
In a good way or in a bad way?
Good way.
Wow, really? Because I always questioned that, because I remember so many times when I was sharing something with Elvis and we're having a conversation, I'm telling him like, deep lore sometimes. But then because I'm an emotionally intelligent human being, I also have some self-reflection. So I also share my self-reflection. And the way usually conversations with most of my friends go is that I tell you what's up, but then I reflect. So I share my conclusions out of the situation, and then you give me either a feedback. If you disagree, you explain why. If you agree, you may add something from your, there's so many routes that you go. But there were so many situations when I was following my usual model of storytelling, I guess, and Elvis is like, literally,
silence.
I don't know what to say to that.
And I'm never bullshitting, like I genuinely don't know what to say to that. And it's not like in a bad way, like it's just...
No, but it's just real. No, it's just...
I feel like now I understand the back context of that.
This is a new type of conversation route I've never experienced before.
Wow.
Like I'm not sure how to navigate this path. Which is there. So I just default to I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
which is cool. But
But I think I like that too, like the little side quest, like, oh, I'm actually having a bad day. Because I feel like I'm the type of person who, even if I'm heading one way, like, because I'm so used to it, I might even be like, hey, but I'll genuinely stop and be like, wait, why though?
Yeah, why is it bad?
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like for me, there's something that comes naturally to me where I'm genuinely want to know how you're doing. And that's, for me, very intentional in even like how I interact with people. Like, I'm the type of person who literally, I will see you and I'll be waiting for you to look at me. And I'll be there like,
dude, this whole week, like when we've been at the bench, like I see Bruno pass around, like I see him but he didn't see me, so I look away. And then like when he sees me, but I'm not looking at him, and then he looks away, and then I look at him, but he's not looking at me, so like I can tell. So at some point we just both look at each other, we look, like we wait for each other to see each other's presence.
I love the comfort that exists when people actually do it with each other, because I don't have it with everyone I know, especially on campus when you like cross each other like so many times a day. But when you see someone and you genuinely are comfortable to look in on them until they notice. It's cool. It's cool. I like that.
Yeah, and also, this is like a side note. He's been having some amazing outfits this entire week.
Thank you.
Yeah, shout out Bruno's outfit.
Hey man,
it's like
I knew I'd love this podcast. I knew I'd love to be here, man. Oh, I love the energy.
These Doc Martens. I'll try to sneak a picture this week if he.
We'll clip the picture.
If he has them on again, I'll try to sneak a picture and like post it here, like when. But. Applause.
I love that.
Thank you, because really. And I told you too, because like I don't think I've ever like gone into a deep conversation, but I always tell you like when I'm like, oh no, you look really good,
yeah.
And it's like one of those things where I'm like with like fashion, right? I wouldn't say I'm like really into like like the details of like fashion and everything, but I genuinely love fashion as an expression of like self. Like I enjoy the process of how am I feeling today? What is it looking like?
I like that.
And going into like minute details of like I'm gonna choose to put this here or wrap this around here because I'm trying to get this composition. This is the energy I'm trying to give today. Like I genuinely love that, and I feel like and actually I love that I'm here with both of you, because you're two people who I feel like when it comes to that you can kind of relate to that. And I see like when I see you and something you're wearing, I'm like, oh my god, that actually feels so tied to the person I know you as. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's sort of...
She's squirming now.
No, like...
This is how she acts when you give her a compliment.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Like, genuinely...
I really do.
Like, genuinely, that's something that, like, I'm glad you brought that up, because I'm just like, like, people dressing up and fashion, there's conversations to be had about, like,
conversations, which is, like, shit talk, like, a bit.
Yeah.
I don't like when Americans wear pajamas.
It's a class. Like, that might be my... please.
Flip-flops in rain.
Oh no, that's diabolical.
Flip-flops? Okay, so I actually reevaluated my attitude to flip-flops, because I've never seen people wear so many slides and so many flip-flops in my entire life. Like the beach, maybe one exception.
The beach,
the beach.
Or like in the shower. That's it. Only context I see flip-flops.
Here, people wear flip-flops so much, and I like when it's with something baggy and like even like one person that can pull off flip-flops. Owen. Sometimes I see Owen hoodie, pants, flip-flops and socks, and I'm like,
You know what?
Good on
You know what? Like it works.
Like,
If I try that, no way.
not
Like,
gonna
I
work.
see that. I would never,
Exactly.
but I see that. I see that and I like that. But with,
Wow.
but I really appreciate it, and I really love what you said.
Thank
I
you.
really like, you know, if you could like someone's like, I put it like repost.
Yeah.
I would repost what Bruno just
Also,
said.
like when you're just trying something new and then somebody else acknowledges it.
Yo.
Like I personally really like doing that for people.
For
Like, when I
people.
see
Yeah.
like there's something new that they've tried and like and it's working, it's like, yeah, you look good.
No, you look good
Because
today.
also like when I'm done for that, like
Yeah.
gives me up with bubbles and joy.
Because you're exploring yourself, you're exploring
Yeah.
your style.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't always work.
It doesn't always.
It doesn't
And
always
I
work,
love
which is
when
fun.
my friends tell me, yeah, this shit is not it. Yeah.
Wait, do I tell you?
There are times, but this is like good because there are not many people that I do think highly of their fashion. But you're one who I really do think highly of how you dress and
I
everything.
appreciate
So
it.
like when you say something's not working, like I listen.
You know,
Do I often tell you that something is not
there's
working?
one pair of jeans that I bought. Jeans that I bought.
Do you know what Jesus?
I don't know which one's there.
Literally, she said, Elvis, no. And like a genuine,
Like a-
like, you know, like, no. Like,
Were they like normal?
I've
denim,
never
like,
worn them. And I bought them. I've never worn them. I've never worn
Oh, so
them.
you didn't even put them on yet?
No, I put them on like on one day. Like after I asked for her opinion. So the image was already like in my head. Just like, man, she's right. And I've never put them on again. Like if someone asks me if I like the jeans and I don't like them, I'll be like, fuck no.
You're blunt with your friends.
No. Like, yeah.
Yeah, with your friends, you
Like
do.
if you
You're blunt
ask
with
me,
your
I'd be like, fuck no.
That's
Please
not working,
change.
bro.
Yeah.
But like if someone like a stranger asks me, I'd be like, maybe if you try like the different t-shirt, maybe
Yeah.
it will work. But like if you guys ask me, I'll tell you the genuine
genuine
because I don't
Yeah.
want the same back. I would then
Yeah.
want to be like sugar coated and like, like tell me
Fair.
This is ugly. Get this
Fair.
shit
And
out.
I think that depends on my friend though. Because I have
Yes.
different friends with different feelings and not all of them ask for advice necessarily. You know, so I know that if you ask me something, I can be as straightforward as I want because I really don't sugarcoat. But I have friends who, let's say, are more sensitive or who are asking me about my opinion rarely or more often. You know what I mean? So I think genuinely depends on the situation. But when I ask personally for something, I rarely ask for advice. So if I share something and the other person starts giving me advice, that low-key pisses me off. If it's about clothing, if it's about life in general, if I share something with you, if you don't hear me asking what do you think I should do, and you tell me, and you start telling me what do you think I should do, that pisses me off so badly. I really cannot explain how much. But what about you?
I hear that so much because now you've made my brain think in like two places, right? And actually, I'm gonna reference like shout out to my girlfriend, right? I'm just gonna say this.
Shout out.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say that right now.
Viewers now.
Yeah, because like when you're talking about like advice, right? Like she's probably like the main person who always like the moment I dress with something, right?
Yeah.
She'll either tell me, "Oh, this looks good," or she'll be like, like, you know, and especially, you know, I'm gonna say this, one of the big things are like skinny jeans, right? And, you know, I'll admit, you know, I was one of those people.
Yeah.
I was a skinny jean ambassador, bro. Like, I would put them on, you know.
We all were.
We know, like,
We all were doctors.
and I almost feel like, almost not ashamed, but I'm looking back and I'm like, what was I seeing, right? Because when she came to me and told me like, yo, like, why are you doing this?
Why
right?
are you doing this?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm the
Were
type
you
of
already
person-
together?
Yes, yeah, at this point we're already like together. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm the type of person who, when you do something like that and like comment like on me like that in the spot, I get a bit defensive, yeah?
Yeah.
Like my first reaction is I'm a little bit defensive because I'm like, nah bro, you don't see the vision.
Yeah.
But I will admit that, like, especially with this one, even though it took me time, you know, to be there, I got there in the sense of like, you know what, I'm the type of person who can let some days pass and come back and be like, hey bro, let me not lie, I was wrong, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm actually so sorry. Like, you know, you were right, I was wrong, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, and move from there. And then what you're saying, I was just gonna say one more thing because it's not even about clothes anymore.
Yeah.
But just my relationships with and I realize this with women, right? And like not to fully generalize, but what I've just noticed is that like with that, I'm learning about when you come to me, especially like with my female friends, I had to learn how to discern whether when you come with me like with an issue or a story, right? I need to know which situation is the type where you actually want to hear like genuine advice about what I think you should do, and when you just want me to listen and be like,
oh, that's such a whole other conversation.
Okay, can I ask, because honestly sometimes I don't know how to support people in terms of do they want me to just listen or should I give them what I think I would do. So there's this simple question that I love using when I'm confused, because I'm also sometimes confused. Do you want me to give you advice or do you want me to listen to you? Because if you want me to listen to you, it means I have to look in my empathy real hard. I have to imagine myself in your shoes and be there for you emotionally. But if you want advice, I can share what I would do in that situation. But I think for, especially, because I get what you're saying, and I feel like with my dad and with my male friends and with my guy friends, it's always about giving me solution. But I know what I'm gonna do. It's not that I don't know how to deal with this. Sometimes I just want someone who will listen and will make me feel seen and understood in the situation. So I really... Yes, Bruno, yes,
Because I genuinely just had to learn, because I don't know if you feel the same way, but like me personally, it's what you said, like with your dad, you know, my first instinct is solution. Solution. Like, but yeah, and then this person did this. Wait, but what happened? Are you sure they said that? I mean, are you, like, is this what, you know, did you consider, did you talk to them about it? Like, you know, I'm really, and I can feel, and then he's like, why are you being like this? And I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I learned that, and I always just default to listen. I try to not give advice.
Unless people ask.
Like unless asked,
yes.
I just default to listen, because I just know they want an outlet, and it's really like a feedback. Just they want to speak to like a wall.
Yes.
Like, I'll be that wall.
But it's not exactly. I don't think it's the wall thing. I think it's an alive human being. Because I feel like if you're a wall, that's usually it makes you feel. Personally, it makes me feel more frustrated when I share and I don't receive emotional feedback in case it's something like an issue or something that I'm struggling with. But if I'm talking and I feel that you see where I'm coming from, and I'm just letting you all the context, you know, like I'm telling you the story, and you genuinely understand where I'm coming from, and you make me feel less crazy about it, I feel like the weight is lighter in life. Because then I feel like I'm not talking to the wall. I know that this is a difficult situation that I will have to deal with, probably by myself, and take responsibility. But if you make me feel, you know, it's really tough. Like, it's really tough, and I'm like, thank you for sharing. Or like anything, you know, like just genuine response.
Yeah.
That's so much more than you could like expect, you know? Yeah. Okay. I think we're approaching the end of our first episode. In conclusion, we need to come up with conclusion now.
I'm gonna say in conclusion, be curious.
Ooh, be curious.
I love that. I think we'll go with that one.
I think the thinker has to come up with
come up with conclusion.
Oh, that's a good one. But if like just to expand on that a little bit, like I think just kind of the step of, you know, me being here in this space with you guys, right, kind of embodies that. Because like Elvis mentioned in the beginning, apparently I did that thing where I'm like, we should hang out sometime. we should talk sometime. And
we never did, actually.
You know,
we never did.
But
you are doing this right now.
But we're doing this right now, so you know, everything comes at its time. You know what I mean? But I feel like a lot of the conversations we've had here, you know, I feel like a big thing has been like being curious about like people, and like you said, it kind of like it's mixed with empathy too in your interactions with people. You know, if you talk to someone, you know, maybe practice being a bit more intentional about like when you say hi, imagine they hit you with the I'm actually not, how are you doing? I'm actually not doing well. You know, don't just keep walking. Maybe even if it's like a bit uncomfortable to me, maybe try to expand on that. You know, maybe
go on that side quest.
You know what I mean? Go on that side. Go on that side quest. Yes.
That love me like they love gaming. Come wanna look in my bowl, fine. You're the reason I wrote this rhyme. Yo, man, I players, man, I Batman, man, I ain't seen a £5 note in time. Yo, you can't, this a friend of mine. Trust trust me, you don't wanna cross this line. Don't think you can stand in the background of the video ad-libbing next man's rhyme. Slap! Do you think I'm dumb? Try to boy me, nah, that can't run. Yo, you're lucky, the OJ and me will run like it's just like Jamaica.
Yours actually have a concept.
You got your name in your Air Force Ones. You can have your name in your Reebok pumps. Don't think you can ever diss man once. Yo, go home, look in the mirror, realize no one's scared. You tried to diss me, no one cared. When you came radio, no one cared. You're not hench, you're not bad. You just screw up your face all weird. Trying to get hype off me, trying to get hype off me. You jumped out the